We're looking at a 160.5 over in the Florida and Auburn game. This is 2.5 in favor of Florida here in this one. Man, I wish I had a good beat on this one. It seems like the line's about right. It seems like everything is about right for me here on this one. The only thing that I did kind of think about heading into this one would be if Florida happens to get down in this thing, to maybe look at a live look on them. If you watch this Florida team over the course of the year, run after run after run after run after run. Of course, we talked about the down 9 points with 3:14 to play against Texas Tech, but they outscored Maryland 47-33 in the second half in the Sweet 16. If you look in the opening round, they scored 53 points in 17 minutes against Norfolk State. You go back to the SEC tournament where they were tied with Tennessee, and then you blinked, and then they were up 12. So I think it's one of those things for me, the betting angle for me, and I know it might not play out. I mean, sometimes this is something you just have to understand. If you're going in looking at a live look on a game, it might not play out that way. Florida might just run this thing out from the get-go, and then I don't get a bet in. But I'm trying to hope that this thing stays pretty close. Maybe we look up, they're down 3 or 4 or 5, something like that. I get a little bit more favorable number. That's kind of how I'm going to look at Florida.
When it comes to this matchup between Florida and Auburn, Matt, how much are you waiting or even trusting what we hear about Johnny Broome and his injuries?
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that he came back in speaks volumes, because they were still up double digits.
But he couldn't even lift up his arm. He had one rebound that he hooked it with his left arm because Broome couldn't lift his right arm.
We've got a week, and these kids are superhuman, and they are going to get the very best treatment that they don't get the same stuff you and I get. They get the good stuff, and so he's going to get the good stuff all week long. He's going to be fine. But if anything, though, if you are leaning Florida, that would at least be some part of your handicap would be, is Broome not 100%? And if a Broome is not 100%, then this guy is so incredibly valuable to this team. And I think that would sway your opinion on this pretty mightily, especially considering the spread currently sitting under one possession, right, at 2.5. If you're not going to get the best version of their best player, then you're probably coming in on Florida.
Yeah, and I'm a little hesitant about Todd Golden. I just feel like this Florida team does have a lot of talent on it, which is why Golden's gotten away with some of the decisions that he's made. I would lean the dog just because of Auburn being so hot right now. But again, everything to me matters with Broome. In fact, you're right. With a week off, Broome probably going into the Final Four, at least in the first half, you would think, okay, he's going to have everything he needs. Broome should be at his closest to healthy game 1 in the Final Four. But then if they do advance, that quick 2-day turnaround would be where I start questioning how Auburn could turn around health-wise with someone like Broome.
We often talk about that there are the same way to make the same bet. And usually when there's these little pre-mades inside of these books, they're not good, but there are name the finalists, and Duke, Florida is sitting plus 145 right now. If you go into DraftKings and you play Duke and Florida in a money line parlay, it actually comes out to plus 142. So they're giving you 3 pennies in the little pre-made name the finalist, as opposed to just running out a parlay for Florida and Duke to both win. So again, as we say always, they give you all these different options. Click around if you have the time before you go in and make the bets, and just see if you might be actually getting a better price with one of these pre-mades than you would get in just a straight parlay. And that is actually the case right here with Duke and Florida. They're going to give you 3 pennies if you take the pre-made name the finalists, as opposed to just playing the parlay there.
Thanks for watching, but don't let the betting insights end here. If you want an extra edge this football season, you can get a month of VSiN Pro right now absolutely free. That means access to our betting insights, analysis, and tools like our betting splits at 0 cost to you. Click the link in the description to sign up.